when Denny came a few weeks ago and said that he was for sure going to retire, he said he wanted to go out quietly. He didn't want a big bunch of hoo-ha, and I told him that I would respect that for now. And then
you're not doing a good job.
Yeah. And then I was very happy to see that some hoo-ha was organized for, some unofficial hoo-ha was organized for after this. But Denny's note, I thought, which I sent out in announcing his retirement, really spoke well to him and to the work that he's done. I don't remember it exactly, but essentially he said, I got to do a lot of things and I got to do it with a lot of good people. That's Denny. So we just want to, we'll respect your wishes for not too much hoo-ha. We do have a cake. It probably won't explode. Nobody's going to jump out of it, I don't think. Although we should test it for mercury and other foods. But I just want to say thank you.
So I went around and asked a few people what they thought of Denny and what should I say about Denny. And your good friend Bill Salisbury suggested I say a few things on his behalf since he can't be here, since he's over at the convention. And the one thing he writes is, the one thing that distinguishes him at the Capitol, he's the press room chatterbox. He talks to everyone, even folks, the rest of us Capitol reporters avoid like the plague. Mean and stupid legislators, Denny chats them up. Arrogant gas bags, Denny's listening. Some poor schlep comes to the legislature begging for help, Denny hears them out.
Lying legacy.
Lying fisherman, Denny can top his tail. But he even talks to people who smell bad. Everyone at Capitol Press Corps enjoys hanging with Denny, and even Rachel. I've been only doing this job about 8-10 months, and I remember the first day of it, Denny comes up to me and says, stuck in the hard spot. I got an editor who thinks he knows everything, and I got reporters below me who thinks they know everything as well. And trust yourself as I do this job, and that's something I'm always going to take. And I appreciate you for helping me and telling me how to do my job.
Listen, you left me alone.
And want to make sure you leave it up if anyone else wants to say something?
Yeah, I did.
Or Denny yourself.
Well, I know it's important, and it's right there. It's that cape. Very short, but 34 years is a long time, and it's gone really fast. And the reason it has is this has been a wonderful place to work. Just really great. It's just gone in a blink, and I've got so many people to thank, and I'm not even going to start going through them all, but I do want to thank the copy, who doesn't get enough praise. They've never introduced an error in a story in 34 years. They've done wonderful things with my copy, and I appreciate it very much. So I appreciate it. Bill and Mike for helping me with the system, navigate the system, which I'm almost congenitally unable to do, and I really thank you. You always come to the rescue, and one thing you should know, when I came to the paper, Mike was on the copy desk, and it was so long ago, he looked 10 years younger then. I really appreciate it. But, also Barb, who keeps the place running, has saved this company dozens of hours of labor costs by doing my expense account 3 times a year. Really appreciate that. So it's just been a wonderful time, and I'm going to follow everything you guys do in your new adventure, but I'm going to look forward to that paper every morning at 5 o'clock. I want to read it, so thank you very much.
So, everybody who doesn't know who this is and what he's doing here,
well, thank you for giving me a minute. I'm Tom Lambert, I'm the Commissioner of DNR, and I just, when I found out that Denny was retiring, I knew we wanted to do something special, and for a couple of reasons. One is I grew up in St. Paul. I've been reading the Pioneer Press my whole life, and so this is my paper of choice, and I tell you, I don't read sports. I'm sorry to all of you that are in the sports thing. I read the paper for everything but the sports, and it's always been a delight that there has been coverage of both the environment and the outdoors. and I very much appreciated that coverage. And in fact, I think I've let the editor know on several times to get rid of the sports section and keep the environment outdoors. I pay just as much, but I have been especially appreciative of the work of Denny Lien and the work that he's done on the environment, because it's not a popular thing. It doesn't get as much attention as Jared Allen, what's his name? Football guy? No, any other sports guy. But it should, because this is what makes Minnesota special, much more so I would argue than just about anything. And so I've always appreciated Denny's work, and I think the articles the last couple of days with respect to tiling and drainage water exemplify that. So I just wanted, when I found Denny was retiring, I talked to Niskanen, who you all know, and we thought it was appropriate if we came here, and I said something on Denny's behalf, but also presented Denny with an award for the great work that you've done. It's been fair, unbiased, deep, looking at the issues and talking about things that may or may not be popular with the people that are being written about. So we just very much appreciate that, given our job to protect natural resources, and we're really recognizing a huge loss here with Denny's retirement. I hope the press will keep up the tradition here of keeping a good environmental reporter in that job, and just my sincere thanks to Denny for work that we've worked together over the years in many of my different capacities. And so I'm going to miss you, Denny, and best wishes on your retirement. Thanks for everything you've done for Minnesota.
We're friends.
We've developed a standard drill at DNR for how we give awards. So hold up your right hand, put it out front.
I got 3 of them. One's got to be good. Okay.
We got enough ex-reporters here.
Is she the
Well, thank you
professional?
very
Thank
much.
God there's a
I'm humbled.
professional. I can't believe it.
I've given one speech today, and
Another one.
I'll be really short. And you know, the last 34 years, as I mentioned earlier, have just gone incredibly fast. And the reason they've gone so fast are the wonderful, smart, intelligent people that I've met along the way, both with the state, and especially my colleagues at the Pina Press. I'm constantly amazed at the work they do, and you know, it's just been a blast. 34 years has gone like that, and I never would have imagined it when I came here, and frankly, I still can't. So, thank you all very much. I'm totally humbled.
And one more thing, sorry, excuse me, one more thing, your daughter has a message for you. And that is for Dan. Dan? No, Dan? Oh, there's Dan, okay. Dan will pass along the message.
This is my daughter, that's all.
This is not short.
We have a beer.
Oh, you said 2 minutes, Dan.
Where was my beer?
I don't believe she said anything about the sports page.
Okay, this is.
Dear Dad, friends and family are gathered here tonight to congratulate you on a superb 35 good long career in the Pina Press. Congratulations. You must be pretty tuckered up. In addition to working 8 to 5 during the week and the occasional 8 to 3 o'clock in the morning during political season, you maintain that quiet sense of motivation and drive that I continually attempt to imitate as I move through life. I think there are enough people in the world today who believe that their voices cannot be heard unless they increase the volume of their speech. For the last 22 years, I've watched you quietly and gently speak volumes through your actions, while you use your words to make words. And your actions do speak volumes, Dad. Sorry for the cliche. There are things about you that make you one of the best reporters I know. I realize that my opinion is severely biased, and while you've warned me well about the dangers of bias read in the wrong context, I don't think my partiality really changes the facts here. Just ask the person standing next to you, and the other person sitting next to you, and all the people behind you will say the same thing, because we both know that you know all their names and faces, even if you haven't seen them for 40 years or so. But you know, Dad, there's a certain positive reputation you have to uphold as a reporter, and I reckon it's not an easy thing to do, especially when you do know so many people. I sometimes used to wonder how it was that you were drawn to the paper business. You and I also both know that reporters are negatively perceived by many, especially politicians. Who knows why? Because reporters sometimes tell the truth. Those are the worst kind, Dad, and I think you may be one of them. There's nothing people like to hear less when it's the truth and it's made public. One rather famous politician once said that the fact a man is a newspaper reporter is evidence of some kind of flaw. Dad, this is an over-sentimental remark, but that flaw is inconspicuous. You aren't loud or pushy. You aren't out there to make a point or get your voice heard. I'm sure you have some flaws, Dad, but there's not one worth mentioning. Well, there is your hair. Dad, that's not your fault. You know that look is country talking in style these days.
We have no idea.
But like I said, I used to wonder why you became a reporter in the first place. In truth, I think another speaker who wrote a fantastic play set in Oxford, by the way, better quoted a reason for your attraction to newspaper writing and why you stayed for 35 years to contribute your voice. Tom Stoppard once claimed, I was so thrilled being a reporter because it gave me the kind of access to people that you wouldn't ever get to meet. I think people are why you started, and I think the people made you want to stay. Thank you for the many years you worked with people, shared with people, and wrote about their experiences, their journeys and accomplishments. Today, we are here to celebrate yours. With love, Jack.
And my daughter is a better writer than I can ever be. Thank you all. Thank you, Jennifer. She's a great kid. She's just 22. She's got a great school in front of her. We're really proud of her. Carrie and I are. Thank you. Let's have a beer, you guys. I'm tuckered out.